Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome. We are doing a bonus reading. I'm calling these deep question readings or something like that. There are 5 questions that I'm going to be answering with this reading, kind of. And each card is going to be a different kind of aspect to that question. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. But we're going to jump right in here. And definitely let me know down in the comments what you think of these. These are all questions that all of you asked, actually, a few months ago. And I did readings kind of like this, and now I'm taking it to the next level. So let me know. But your first row is going to represent what you are manifesting at this moment right now in your life. And so you have this peacock card that says, "Let it shine, Aquarius." And you have this bobcat spirit that says, "Life is a mystery." Definitely a good time for you to shine. Of course, out of all the signs, Aquarius, you are like the number one sign that should be doing whatever you can to stand out and get positive attention. Again, Pluto in your sign. I personally, this is a personal belief for sure, not necessarily intuitive, although I do think it's kind of intuitive as well, that that Pluto and Aquarius energy will be helping you shine a lot. And so I would be doing whatever you can to highlight any specific skills or any special skills that you have or anything. Like if there was ever a time where if you wanted to be known for something, now would be the time to make sure that people know who you are, that they say your name, right? Kind of like whatever that show is, Breaking Bad, right? And so I feel like now is the time for people to know who Aquarius is, and to it's like your time to show the world what you're made of, right, Aquarius? And that is definitely what you could be attracting. By the way, down below in the description, there are each card is laid out down below, if that makes sense. So all the questions for each question are in the description if you want to follow along. This first card is going to represent what is being drawn in at this time, like what you're doing to attract whatever you're manifesting. And you have the Justice card. We're kind of in a little bit of a time of justice, even though maybe you don't see much of it in the world. Trust me, things are going to balance out. And so justice says if you are trying to manifest anything, that you have to pay attention to cause and effect, which is always true, right? The easiest way to manifest is to match the energy of what you want, and then you will get it. And, again, I think that the Justice card is an amazing card for doing that. The other thing I would say about this is that the Justice card is kind of about taking a neutral approach or a neutral perspective to something that you want. It's almost like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't care about what you want, but I don't know. I have found the more I care about something that I want, I don't get it. It's like if I don't care about it, truly deep down inside, I do get it, right? And I'm sure many of you have maybe experienced something similar. So I'm not saying you don't care. I don't think it's about not caring or caring. What I think it's about is what you attach to something, right? It's usually if I care about something, I'm attaching something to it. I need this to go this way, right? I'm attaching an outcome or something like that. So I think caring, not caring, what it really is non-attachment, right? And that's definitely popping into my head with this Justice card for you, Aquarius. Next, we're going to look at how your manifestations will show up in your life at this time, and you have the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands can be right in your face. So, again, I think you could be manifesting things very quickly, and the kind of the way that they are going to be presented to you is that they are going to be presented to you. I also think this is a clue for you, Aquarius, as to being on the right path. I think it's kind of a weird thing as well, but I do think that if we're manifesting things and we're going in the right direction, that maybe we do start to get more attention, from people in the world. Maybe we do stand out more, or maybe we notice that people are kind of being magnetically drawn to us more, right? It's almost like a side effect, if that makes sense. And that's kind of what's popping into my head for you. It's almost like this should be a clue for you, Aquarius, that whether or not you're on track. I think if you're getting lots of positive attention we're talking about here, then that should be a clue to you that you are in alignment with what you're trying to manifest. I think that if you're not very popular at this time, then it means that you're not in alignment, and I would be using that as your guide. Next, we are going to look at how you can get into alignment faster, and you have the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is literally a card of alignment. All those 8 wands are pointing in one direction. The best thing we can do with the 8 of Wands, there's 2 things. Number 1 is focusing on exactly what we want. So if we stay focused and get focused, then we will get what we want with the 8 of Wands. So getting focused on what you want is part of it. The other good thing we can do with this card is that we can create what I call a slip and slide in life. This is my card of creating a slip and slide in your life. Basically, you can look at what's going on in your life. You can look at what's causing friction, and you need to remove as much friction as possible with Eight of Wands. Now, some things aren't going to be perfect, right? Like some things we just can't avoid. We will always have obligations in life. So with those things, how can you make them less friction? How can you, again, it's like, people have given me examples like, I absolutely hate my job. There's nothing I like about it. I'm like, well, maybe there's one thing that you do like. Maybe you like Janice's shoes from down the hall or whatever. It's like, I don't care if that's the one thing you have to focus on, right? That's what we have to do with Eight of Wands. Yes, we have to get that crazy about it. So, again, if we can just make anything a little bit better, that's how we get into alignment with the Eight of Wands, and that's how we attract more stuff into our lives. So I would definitely recommend it, Aquarius. With the Justice card, you have the Page of Cups here. I do feel like some of you could be attracting love. Actually, your last row is going to be your love row, and you have the Empress, Knight of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles, so definitely could be a new love connection coming in for you. I actually feel that some of you, if you're obviously, I think if we attract a positive connection in our life, usually the rest of our life gets better. So, again, if you're attracting a love connection, if it's a positive one, of course, it could also be helping you attract things into your life, and that could be a clue. With the Six of Wands, you have the Eight of Wands again. Yes, I do think these two cards are kind of just like, basically talking about the same thing. They're basically just talking about getting into alignment by removing friction. I also think they're saying that you need to pay attention to like the things that are happening. It's like, what do they say when things get better, they get better or whatever? It's like, that's kind of what I feel is happening. It's like, if you're in alignment, I think things will continue to get better for you. I think if you're not in alignment, they won't. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Ten of Wands. Again, removing friction, right? I mean, the Ten of Wands, I personally don't consider a bad card. He is very close to achieving his goal. He's, about to reach his home in the background. He's about to have a harvest. But, the whole point of the Ten of Wands is that some of those wands might be his. Some of them might not be his. And he needs to pay attention to which burdens belong to him and which ones don't. So, again, if you get rid of the garbage and you focus on the good stuff, then good things can happen. And so I think removing friction is how you can manifest things faster at this time. Next, we're going to look at what's blocking you, if there are any blockages at this time for you. You have this Shining Through card and this Close Encounters card. And it's, I don't know, like, are there blockages? Yes. I think, but I also think that you are going to see these blockages very, very quickly. It's like you see the blockage, which is half the battle. Most people have problems and they have no freaking clue what the problem is, right? So I think that you being able to see what the issue is of course a good thing. I think this Close Encounters card is like saying that you need to trust those spiritual messages you receive more. And I think I said this to Taurus, one of the other fixed signs. And so this might be a fixed sign message that you need to tap into your spirituality more. You have the Queen of Pentacles, which is this is going to be the limiting belief or situation that is in the way. And so your resources, right? So again, this is one of those things. Queen of Pentacles is tricky. I personally really like the Queen of Pentacles. I think she's a great card of multiplication. I think she's a great card of resources in general. But again, we're looking at what limiting belief or situation is in the way of you getting what you want at this time. And the Queen of Pentacles would say that you feel like you don't have the resources necessary to do something when you do, right? The whole point of the Queen of Pentacles is focus. She's focusing on the pentacle. She's not focusing on this rabbit right here. The rabbit can be good. It's not only bad, but the rabbit can represent, fertility and abundance, but can also represent fears and just fears and anxiety is the word I was looking for. So the whole point of the Queen of Pentacles is that she's focused on the pentacle. She's not focused on the fears and the anxiety, right? That's part of the Queen of Pentacles. That's not all she represents, of course, but that's kind of what's popping into my head for you is that I think you need to focus on the bright side, really. There's no other way to say it. It's like saying that, whatever you're trying to manifest or whatever you want at this time, you're focusing too much on what you don't have and all the reasons you can't have it, but you can. And that's what I would change my focus to. Next, we're going to look at how did this block form, or why is it persisting, and you have the Tower. So the Tower, as far as like why a blockage has stuck around, so if you're dealing with this blockage that you've been dealing with for a while, the Tower would basically say that you're not letting go of something that you need to let go of. I don't really feel too bad about this Tower for you. It's like, yeah, there may probably have been Tower moments that are causing this blockage to persist, right? And, could be causing a problem. But at the same time, I do feel that you are kind of ready to let this go. Why? Because you have the Ace of Wands right next to it. Ace of Wands is out with the old and with the new. Ace of Wands is the spark of hope or spark of inspiration. So it's almost like you are being inspired away from something here that you thought you had to hold on to. That's kind of what I feel about the Tower in your reading. I feel like it's something that you thought you had to hold on to, but no longer believe, which is good. Next, we're going to look at what's your way through or around this blockage, and you have the Four of Cups. Again, I think that the Four of Cups basically says that you have more than enough knowledge and wisdom necessary to be successful. He has these 3 cups here, this 1 cup here. These 3 cups are basically him having attracted the ingredients necessary to make something successful. So I kind of feel for you, Aquarius, that you could almost be doing something again, where it's like you're trying something again, not as in repeating something, like love, for example. If this is love, it's a new person. But I think it's saying you're giving love a second chance. So that's kind of what I'm getting here, is that there's like some sort of second chance, or you could be taking another stab at something that you thought you were going to give up on. And I think it'll be worth it. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Cups. Again, we're looking at what limiting belief or situation is in the way. And so Seven of Cups is not making a decision. How many readings over the past 2 years have I done for you where they basically say you need to make a choice or a decision, Aquarius, right? So I definitely feel it would be time for you to make a choice or a decision even if you are struggling with indecision. I think it's time with that card. With the Tower, you have the Six of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles can represent equal give and take. 6 of Pentacles, he's giving to one person but not the other. And again, I think you're done feeding the Tower. It's kind of weird because the Tower is popping into my head as like something that you have been having a hard time letting go of. But it could be like a way of being. It could be a belief system, something like that. But I feel also that you're no longer feeding it. So I'm not really like too concerned about it in general. I feel that overall you're kind of like letting this go and moving forward. So again, I don't really have much to add to that. With the Four of Cups, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands, you cannot make it up, because literally this is a card of not giving up. I literally said something about like taking another stab or giving something another chance. And I really feel like that's what this is saying, is that you're going to be doing something again, or you're trying something again, or something like that is popped into my head. So that's really what I feel here. And again, I feel obviously that's going to be a good thing for you, Aquarius. It looks good. So I do like to see that for you in general. Next, in the area of what are we looking at here? Where are you being redirected, if you are being redirected at this time? You have this Evil Eye card. It says, protect yourself against the evil eye so it doesn't negatively impact your life. You have this Path to Knowledge. It says you're journeying into the realm of knowledge to assist in your personal growth. So I think you've learned a lot over the years, and it's like now you are kind of using that to show the world what you're made of, Aquarius, and that knowledge, that wisdom, the things that you've experienced. And I would definitely do that. I'm also getting like a little bit of a side message here, Aquarius. Like I feel like there's parts of you that you are revealing to the world. It's like it's almost like you are Egypt. It's almost like people are discovering you, and it's like they're discovering all these mysterious things about you. How Aquarian is that, right? Very Aquarius for sure. So I feel like people are kind of like learning things about you in a lot of ways as well. Next, you have the Two of Cups here. We're looking at what path is closing or becoming unstable in your life. I actually don't think this path is becoming unstable or closing. I feel like you're opening up to something here. You could be opening to mystery, but like the mystery of your higher self. The Two of Cups is usually you and your higher self. So again, a lot of you, I think, are kind of like opening up to the mystery of your higher self or something like that with the Two of Cups. It could also just say that you are more tapping in to your higher self, which I think would be great with the Two of Cups in general. Next, we're going to look at what's the real opportunity that's opening up for you at this time. And you have the Ace of Wands, which is out with the old, in with the new. So a completely new life. As I've probably said to you before, Aquarius, it's kind of hard for you not to be drawn to something new at this time because, we've had Pluto in Capricorn for a long time. Now, officially, Pluto has moved into Aquarius. Of course, earlier, months ago. But again, it's a very slow-moving planet. It takes, it's going to be in Aquarius for 20 years. Pluto spends 30 years in Taurus. It is a very slow-moving planet. It has a highly elliptical orbit. So, people always ask me, how does it spend so long in Taurus? I'm like, well, it's not a perfect circle. It's more of an ellipse. So that's why it spends longer in some signs than others. But, again, what I would say here is I feel that this Pluto in Aquarius is really pushing you to innovate, and the Ace of Wands is very innovative because with the Ace of Wands we really have to pay attention to those sparks, like those sparks of inspiration, those random ideas and thoughts that pop into our head, that random guidance that we receive at random times. And I would really be paying attention to all that, and because who the hell knows what it's going to lead to. I also feel that the reading itself, like if I soak all this up here, Aquarius, and really kind of think about what it's trying to say and tune in, I feel like it's saying that you are meant to be an inspiration. Like, the Ace of Wands is a spark. I feel you're meant to be like a little firecracker, a little spark to other people. And so I think it would be a great time for you to do things that make you stand out, because it's like that's what you're supposed to be doing spiritually. I think the universe is saying that you're meant to be an inspiration right now. You're meant to, show people how to live. And yeah, that's what I would be doing with this Ace of Wands. I'm actually getting a lot on this Ace of Wands energy. I also feel there could be a lot of new beginnings coming in for you, like more than you've experienced in a long time in a short period of time. So these readings are meant to be kind of timeless whenever you watch them, this set of readings. And, kind of what's popping into my head is, again, like you could be finding yourself, like, maybe over the last 20 years, maybe you've moved like one time and maybe you've gotten like one job. I think like over the next year, like you could move and get a new job. That's what I mean by like changes happening more quickly. Like maybe before it took like 20 years, maybe now it's taking like a year, right? For some sort of change to happen. I feel like it's good. I don't really know where this is going, but there you go. Next, we're going to look at why is this redirection ultimately in your favor? And you have the Three of Pentacles so that you can stand out, so that you can inspire other people. Literally what we said. He is literally putting his work on display, and these two people here are appreciating the work that he has done. And so that's literally why I feel like you are kind of moving in new directions in your life and doing new things, is because you are meant to inspire other people, and you're meant to put your work on display. It's kind of like there's nothing else to say. With the Two of Cups, you have the Empress, which you have twice here, by the way. If you want love, you definitely could be being directed towards love, by the way, for those of you that want it. Obviously, if you don't, not for you. Although, even if you don't, I think you are being directed towards love. We're in a time of love, and so this doesn't have to be a person. This could be something that you love, a project that you're maybe birthing, or something that you want to create. So, again, it could be love, but, it doesn't have to be a person. And I feel like you're being guided towards that. But, again, Empress would be like a lot of abundance. So I do feel the universe wants you to be abundant here as well, Aquarius. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Star. You. I literally said you being an inspiration. Like, you cannot make it up. Like literally right there. You being the star, Aquarius. So I don't know. That one's left me speechless. I have nothing to add to that. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Four of Pentacles. Yes. I think this is something you need to break away from, like, just enough. I think I've said this to you before, but I think, a good explanation of Aquarius energy right now is, like, the superlative life. Like, not just living life, but living an amazing life, living the best life, being the best person. That's what I mean by superlative. Take a superlative and add it in front of your life, whatever it is, I don't care. The most handsome life, the most likely to succeed, the most likely to be arrested, the most likely to live in a whatever, I don't care. The first person most likely to go to Mars. Put that in front of your life. That is the best way I can describe Aquarius energy. This is boring right here. Three of Pentacles would be like, someone made fun of me when I was 4, and now I'm going to show them by being successful, right? Again, the superlative life. That's what I want to say to Aquarius all the time now. Next in the era, what are we doing? What message does your future self have for you at this time? You have this travel card. I literally just said this basically. It says growth, desire for change, and exploration. It could be just a good time for you to explore. You have this naked in public card. It says vulnerability, shame, and unprepared. Like, I think it would be a good time to not be perfect is what that naked in public card is saying. It's like saying it would be a good time to embarrass yourself. And, by the way, Sarah Blakely, who I'm pretty sure is an Aquarius, if I'm not mistaken, married to a Leo, Sarah Blakely, she invented Spanx. She has a rule. She embarrasses herself every single day on purpose. Because when you embarrass yourself enough, nothing can hurt you. And I'm not saying you have to, embarrass yourself every single day or anything, but I'm pretty sure she's an Aquarius. She might be a Leo. I'm not sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. Whatever. Doesn't matter. The point being is that she doesn't, embarrasses herself, and that's popping into my head here with this card. Next, we're going to look at what do you need to stop repeating from the past. I think that your future self wants you to stop repeating something that's dead, done, over with for sure. So again, you're all different and you all have something different. I kind of feel like you know what this is. I feel like there's something that's no longer in your life and it's probably a blessing in disguise, but maybe you think about it from time to time. So whatever it is, doesn't matter, but I would let it go because it's a blessing in disguise, plain and simple. Next, we're going to look at what advice does your future self have for you at this time. And you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is work hard, play hard. I do feel like I know I've said this to you before, Aquarius. I think you're entering into a very busy time based off your astrology. And so you are going to be very busy. Two of Pentacles just says, make sure to create balance. Make sure to work hard, play hard. Make sure you're, making time for the things that really matter to you. And, to make sure you're making enough time for the things that are important to you and that make you happy and fulfill you and, all that other good stuff. So it says, don't just work. Make sure you're doing other things. By the way, every once in a while, I feel that the Two of Pentacles can represent a settlement. And so some of you could be attracting some sort of settlement into your life, but I think that's for those of you that are clearly, again, you would be dealing with some sort of settlement or, something like that. So if you're involved in a legal matter, divorce or something like that, that is popping into my head here. Next, we're going to look at what part of your life will change the most if you follow the advice from your future self. And you have the Knight of Wands. I think your life will become more superlative. Your life will become more awesome here, Aquarius, or more fun. The Knight of Wands, he's on an adventure. He's just kind of down to clown. He's just down to see where the wind blows him, And so he has the freedom to do that though. And that maybe that's what you're attracting is freedom, right? Maybe you're attracting the ability to do what you want when you want, or to go on vacations, or have more fun in your life, or whatever the case may be. It's funny because we see a lot of mystery in the reading. He has these 3 pyramids. You have this Path to Knowledge card where there are also 3 pyramids on it. And so the pyramids on the Knight of Wands represent mystery, or, digging into mysteries. So, there's something about that is what I'm trying to say. But I almost feel like you are the pyramids. Like I said, it's like you're being discovered or something. I don't know. It's popping into my head. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Six of Cups. So again, definitely needing to let something go from the past. The Six of Cups can be innocence and nostalgia, but the Six of Cups can represent being stuck in the past for sure. So I definitely feel it would be a good time for you to let go of the past, or if there's something that you're thinking about from the past that's making you feel nostalgic, that could be the thing that you are releasing with that card. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, I feel this is talking about your intuition, actually. Normally, the Queen of Cups says that you need to follow your heart, which can definitely be true, for sure. But I also kind of feel this is your future self is saying, like, it's actually a very intuitive time, and you are very intuitive right now. So I would be using that intuition and trusting your inner voice, your, inner critic, your inner, or not critic, but your inner voice, but the good voice, the voice that speaks to your heart, for sure, because she is very heart-based. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Queen of Pentacles again. So we actually go from the Queen of Pentacles down to the Queen of Pentacles. So I think you will improve your resources significantly by doing what your future self wants you to do here. Work hard, play hard, follow your heart, let go of the past as well, Aquarius. Those are going to be the things that get you the resources over here. Next, we're going to look at who's thinking of you or who has an their eye on you if you are looking for love. If you're not looking for love, this could be something that you will love. And it could also be, even if you are looking for love, this could also be something else. We'll see. You have the Man and the Eight of Diamonds, which is called the Key. So, I don't know. I almost feel this could be a man, obviously, that has the key to your heart here, Aquarius. So, and again, take it how it resonates. Of course, it could be, this could be any gender. It's a general reading. It could be someone who's 28 or 33 as well. So, definitely popping into my head. You could be 28, they could be 33, or vice versa. You could be 33, they could be 28. Definitely popping into my head. Also, house number is popping into my head as well. It could be house number 28. I'm not getting 33 on a house. So, or like that, that could be a number in their apartment or something like that. So, definitely something to think about, but definitely could be a person. We're going to look at what's their current energy towards you. Someone finds you very attractive, Aquarius. You are one of the only signs so far. I've done about 8 of these readings so far. I don't know. I've lost track of time today, but, what I would say is you are one of the only people that has had a card of like actually having a person with their eye on you. So I would say that there is a person that finds you attractive. And again, it doesn't matter what gender you are. I feel that the Empress is just saying someone finds you attractive. The other thing I would say is, again, this row can also just represent what you will love. And the Empress card is an amazing card for nurturing yourself. The more you nurture yourself, that is the secret. That's how she attracts more abundance, is she takes better care of the things that she cares about. And it sounds simple, but it is that simple, Aquarius. So there you go. Next, we're going to look at what do they wish they could tell you. You have the Knight of Cups, that they are your knight in shining armor. So I feel like there is a person who is definitely like your knight in shining armor coming in here if you want love. The Knight of Cups is like someone who will sweep you off your feet, make you very happy. So I do feel there is like an admirer or a person that's coming in for you if they're not here already. I mean, even if we look at the rest of the reading, Aquarius, you have the Page of Cups here, you have the Eight of Wands, which could be communication, Two of Cups, even the Six of Cups. Even though this is like something you're releasing, Six of Cups can be a new soulmate. So you have one of the better love readings for sure at this time. You have the Page of Pentacles. This is going to represent what's likely to happen between the two of you. I feel like there will be communication, which is great. You are one of the only signs. I think maybe like 1 or 2 others had something about actually receiving communication. So this person's not going to just be sitting in the tree outside your window spying on you, right? This person's actually going to do something about it, which is great. So I feel like there will be communication. For a small percentage of you, it could be you that's communicating. Again, you're going to have to take it how it resonates. I always say, it's like, people always leave me comments. They're like, I have a person that has no clue who I am. Are they going to communicate with me? I'm like, how? They don't even know you exist. How are they going to communicate with you? That makes no sense. So again, if you have your eye on a person that has no clue who you are, then obviously you're going to have to do some flirting, something. You're going to have to spit spitballs at this person, run them over with your car. You're going to have to get their attention somehow, right? So do something, right? Whatever it is, I mean, make sure it's illegal, right? Do something to get their attention. But there you go. But for some of you, again, this person does know who you are. So obviously, if you know that they know who you are, there's going to be communication. With the Empress, you have the Knight of Cups. There you go. Basically the universe saying I meant what I said. So it's kind of like just confirmation. With the Knight of Cups, yes, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Definitely wants to make you an offer. The Ace of Pentacles to me is like the path to marriage. So, this could be a person who tells you they want to marry you or that they want to have a deeper commitment with you. So, definitely a very solid commitment for those of you that want it, Aquarius. That looks amazing. And with the Page of Pentacles, you have the King of Cups. Don't we have the Queen of Cups here? Am I making that up? Oh, yeah, right here, right in front of my face. So King and Queen of Cups right here. I really like these two because they are definitely divine counterparts, and they represent a very strong kind of like heart-based connection and spiritual connection and emotional connection as well. It doesn't have to be a water sign. You do have a lot of water here, but, again, to me, the like Queen and King of Cups could just be an archetype, right? And it could just say that you're attracting a more emotional connection. The other thing that's popping into my head is if you want love, this could require a move. There are some cards in the tarot I call clue cards, just like the Two of Pentacles. The King of Cups is a card I call the home. Sometimes I feel with the King of Cups that it requires like either traveling into the unknown or doing something you've never done before, like, I don't know, speed dating or meeting a person in public. Again, I'm a big fan of meeting people in public right now, believe it or not, instead of meeting them on like Tinder. I always tell people it's like when you meet someone on Tinder, you're meeting a person who meets people by sitting on the toilet going like this, right, with their thumb. So I don't know. Like, do you want to meet someone like that, or do you want to meet someone cool who's like doing something like taking a class or at the gym or in public, right? I think the answer should be obvious. So there you go. Pretty good, Aquarius. I like it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.